I want to jump right in, Jill, because we have so much to talk about today. And for those of you who don't know, I'm Ella Majors with Sexy Fit Vegan and the Plant Empowered Coaching Program. And on today's Facebook Live event, I am so excited and feel so honored to have Jill with us. And Jill is in the middle of the Plant Empowered Coaching Program, like yours. You're maybe month 4 almost, I'd say, Jill, something like that.
Oh yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. And so I think you might be the very first who was courageous enough to come do this with me while you're still going through the program. So I want to acknowledge you for that. That is huge, and it takes a lot of courage. So thank you so much for being willing to do that.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
Yes,
Glad to be here.
Yeah, I know you. Stephanie just joined us. She said, "Hey, beautiful badasses." Thank you, Stephanie. I'm so glad you're here with us. And Alyssa said that her mom just adopted a Chihuahua.
Oh,
So, love me some Chihuahuas. They've got they're little dogs with really big personalities, isn't that true?
that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, they're precious.
So, yes, we are going to be talking today about how to finally release the weight of resentment. And we're going to be talking about forgiveness. And in the Plant Empowered Coaching Program, yes, we talk about and build a healthy relationship with food, with our bodies, but really it's about building a healthy relationship with ourselves. And that's kind of a prerequisite for having a healthy relationship with food as well. And so one of the things that we work on is, well, we work on so many things, but forgiveness is one, because a lot of times when we are holding on to that resentment, that manifests in so many ways, and we have so many different, limitations that come about by holding on to that resentment. And it also manifests physically. So we've got physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, all these aspects of health that can really take a back seat when we are holding on to that resentment. So Jill, you've got one of the most powerful stories I think I've ever heard about someone being able to forgive and let go of resentment. And first of all, I acknowledge you for being vulnerable and being willing to be vulnerable and be here and share this with everybody. That is, that's not easy. And I know you've come so far and you are so courageous, but that's still not easy. So again, thank you for being willing to do that. And so let's just jump right into that. First of all, let's just, in a general sense, what really was it that prompted you to enroll in the Plant Empowered Coaching Program?
Oh gosh, so many things. So I had a very unhealthy relationship with food. I was a slave to my bathroom scale. I never felt good enough, regardless of the number on the scale or how my clothing happened to be fitting me at the time. I was never feeling good enough. I had digestive issues, skin issues. My love for animals was a big plus because your values were in alignment with mine in this program. And I wanted to grow and live my best life, but I knew that these things were holding me back. So when I talked to you and I found out that this program could help me do that, I was all in and I was ready.
And you did. You came all into this program, and it's shown. Like everything you've gotten out of it so far, and you're not even close to really being done, it has shown. And so that's so exciting. We've also got Johnny here. Hi, Johnny. He's the owner of Sobe Kick Gym. One day you're going to come out here, Jill, and come with me to Sobe Kick.
Yeah.
Okay, so that being said, let's get into, I think you mentioned that one of your big, huge first kind of breakthroughs within the program had to do with forgiveness. Can you give us a little bit of a background on this situation? And we were talking about this, you guys, before you hopped on. We were talking about how much emotion that your story, just the little bit that I put in the description of this event, how much emotion that evoked from other people,
Yeah.
kind of expressing how angry they felt just reading about your story. Here you are saying, I've been able to let it go. So
Yes.
this is, yeah, no small deal here. So yeah, can you fill us in and just kind of give us the background here?
Yes. So 7 years ago, my parents, I have a twin brother named Jack and Jill, crazy parents with a sense of humor. But at any rate, we're 12 minutes apart. So when my parents passed, my father actually passed. He was the second one to pass 7 years ago. I found out that my parents left all of their estate to my twin brother. Now, what that meant was they had a pretty healthy bank account. They had 3 homes that were completely paid off, free and clear, and everything went to Jack. Whoa, that was a tough thing to swallow, because the thoughts around that were just victim mindset. Wow, they didn't love me. They loved him better. He was the favorite. I guess I wasn't worthy of any of that. The loneliness, just terrible, terrible disappointment, just pain around that. Because he was the favorite, it evoked all of those really, really strong and damaging emotions. And I just couldn't get past it. I mean, I read books. I read that book, Do Yourself a Favor and Forgive, 3 times. Nothing. I wanted to be free of it, but I was bound by that heavy rock for so long. And so when I got into this program, right in my very first module, it's just a gift from God, honestly, that there's this tool in there in the Plant Empowered Coaching Program where you write your scenario down. The circumstance is always the same, but you go through the process of writing it down. What thoughts are evoked? What emotions? What actions? And then finally, what's the outcome? So in the original model, it didn't look very healthy. But in the revised model, it's just miraculous that I was able to do this. And this just has changed everything for me. So it's the same scenario. Brother Jack got everything. But then I sat back and I thought about it. I have an amazing life. I have children that love me. I have a husband that loves me. My twin needed all of their estate. He wasn't set up. He didn't have anything, and he needed that, and I really didn't. It wasn't because they didn't love me.
Well, let's pause for a moment, because we went many steps here, because I think
Okay.
people are going to be stuck on, okay, first of all, let's go to that moment when you found out.
Oh.
Was this a big shock? Like, did you see this coming?
It was a big shock.
Wow.
Because they have 3 children. So it just made sense to split everything 3 ways and love all of them equally in my mind, and just be fair, right? It
Right.
needed to be fair. So I was stuck on that for 7 years.
Yes, and you said you went into a victim mentality.
Oh, yes. Poor Jill, poor little Jill. They didn't love me. I was left out. I guess I wasn't good enough. Just all of those feelings of lacking any kind of empowerment, just total victim mindset.
And did you feel that victim mentality in any other areas of your life? Was that something that the sense of not being worthy, was that isolated to this, or was that just like another example of what you were already feeling?
Another example, because I felt that in all areas of my life, quite honestly.
Which makes sense. I mean, it makes sense that this would be, and then wow, like icing on the cake, I already feel this way in so many areas, and now look, it's like evidence once again.
Yes.
Yeah, to confirm the story that you had created in your life, and the programming. And we talk a lot about programming, and you had a program running of, poor me, I'm a victim, I'm not worthy, nothing I do is good enough, I'm not good enough. And then enters the program. And it takes a certain sense of being able to step outside, and this is something that we do in the breakthrough call, and tell me if you agree, is to be able to step outside those limiting beliefs enough to be able to say, I'm worthy of making this commitment and this investment in myself to enroll in this program.
I think, yes, I wanted it so bad that normally I would say, hubby, is it okay? Because again, not feeling worthy, having to get somebody's approval. Is it okay if I do this? And that day I didn't, because I wanted it so bad.
You did. And first of all, let me say, acknowledge Michelle, who's in. She's a brand new member in Empowered Vegan Life. So I want to welcome her. She just joined today. So welcome, Michelle. And I think this is great for you too, Michelle, to talk about the fears that hold us back from making a choice that we know will be good for us, but we're so that programming of being fearful of this isn't going to work for me. This might have worked for other people, but there's something wrong with me, that this isn't going to work for me. How did you kind of push through that and come into this thing all in?
Well, you know how you have that gut feeling and it's never wrong?
Yeah.
My gut feeling told me that I was safe with Ella Majors. I felt the love coming through that phone call. I looked at the testimonials and I wanted what all of you had. See, it makes me tear up just talking about it.
And we talked about that being absolutely fine. You do what you need to do. Okay, so you're in the program, you're exploring this situation that's really held you back. And then you started talking about using the model that we use. We call it the self-empowerment coaching system. And what you're saying is the circumstance is the same, right? Your old story, your old programming, the circumstance is the same, but then your thoughts about that circumstances that you're not worthy, I'm not good enough, they loved, my brother's the favorite, they didn't love me.
Yeah.
All these situations which made you feel, how did that make you feel?
Oh man, it just, using this model and changing this model was just a massive moment for me. I didn't start off changing it, even thinking that it was going to impact this scenario at all.
Yeah, so you went from these feelings, because our thoughts create our feelings. So you were
Yes.
feeling unworthiness, feeling depressed and down, and all these negative emotions. The new scenario, right? The circumstance is the same. What thoughts were you then able to introduce? Let's get real specific on the thoughts, because we have the power to create new thoughts. It doesn't mean we can always believe them right away, right? And sometimes we can, but mostly we have to practice having those new thoughts. What were the new thoughts that you intentionally decided to bring into your world?
This was not about me. My brother needed these things and they wanted to ensure that he was taken care of. They knew that I was taken care of. And it's true. That's factual information. But I just could never flip that switch. It just didn't even occur to me how to do it until you provided these tools. But I didn't start off with this. I started off with, talking about food and how it made me feel, because that's where we start. But then I realized that this tool can be utilized for any scenario in your life. And so my thoughts became, okay, it wasn't about me. It was about him and his needs. It doesn't mean that they didn't love me. They loved me.
And so now you've got these new thoughts, and our thoughts in the model, we talk about our thoughts triggering new emotions. And now you've had these new thoughts, and what are the new feelings or emotions that were able to come about because of your new thoughts that you created?
Empathy for my twin, acceptance. Just, I'm so happy that they were able to help him.
Wow.
It's beyond belief.
And now we talk about our new feelings leading to new actions and outcomes. So since then, what has transpired in your life and in your relationship?
So the previous actions were I blocked him because every time I saw him, the resentment would build and all of the negative feelings would come flowing back. So the new actions, he has reached out to me because I'm a former hairdresser, and he asked me, would you be willing to cut my hair? Because he wants a relationship with me. And I said, absolutely. And so I am cutting his hair on a regular basis. We're having great conversations. I've always loved him, but I feel like that blockage and weight and rock is gone. So now when I hug him and tell him I love him, I feel like there isn't a barrier for me. Mm-hmm. And there's peace, just calmness and peace. And I'm just excited, I think, about the future of our relationship now.
That's so beautiful.
It is.
Isn't that amazing, everyone watching? Like, wow. And you're so the epitome of someone who has come into this program and said, I'm going to follow this thing step by step. And that's what it's really about. It's most people come in and there's always that sense of, okay, I want to look better. I want to lose weight. I want to, all the things that people have been trying to achieve on the dieting, and most people have done the yo-yo dieting and the weight cycling and all that for years and years. And we talk about the definition of insanity being doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. But because we're so programmed to believe that's the way it has to be done, right? Even though logically, that coming into this thing and doing it differently and having to look way within and dig deep and learn these new tools and practice these tools and engage with the group and get vulnerable. And it's a lot of work, right?
It is.
It is. But you came in and did it. And so many people are coming in and doing it. What would you say to people that are kind of hesitating about even booking a breakthrough session to learn more about where they're at and if this could be the thing that could really change the trajectory of their lives forever?
Oh my gosh. If you're feeling stuck and you would like a different way, you don't know what you don't know. I just came in just hoping to get off the scale and feeling better about myself. It's given me so much more. And I think trusting the program and the process and being really all in and willing, it's just so worth it. I mean, it's changing my life. It's changing so many other people's lives in this program. The support and the love that we have for each other and the celebration of everybody's wins. You're not alone. There's just so much support that goes with this program. It would be a huge miss if they just weren't willing to even have that call with you, because they just don't know what they don't know, as I didn't.
Yes, Stephanie just said, chills. She said she has chills. Every time I hear you talk about the peace and love that you have cultivated in this situation, it just gives me such an amazing hope. You are truly beautiful, Jill.
Oh, thank you. I'm so thankful for this program and for all of you, sincerely.
Yes, well, and we are grateful for you. And again, to be able to come into this so open. And I love what you said also about the group, because we were also chatting about this. Yes, we've got the whole online training that you go through, and it's a lot of work and it's a lot of learning and it's a lot of self-exploration, and you're doing, workbooks and you're really digging deep. But that's only part of the formula. And can you talk about, you know, the coaching and then the support component of that, and how that is, you know, the importance of that in addition to just the training, and how why one doesn't work without the other?
Oh, definitely. There's been modules or sections within a module that I've been stuck on, and I've had all the support that I need in a one-on-one coaching session, also from the calls that, you know, we all attend. You know, everybody's going through the same thing at a different time. And so you learn from each other. You're just not in it alone. You go at your own pace. It's customizable to you. It's not a cookie cutter diet fitness program that is out. There's millions of them out there, but they're not sustainable. This is because this just deals with your inside, and then the outside follows, and it's forever. It's just forever. The support system with the coaches is just amazing. Both you and Stephanie, I couldn't do it without you.
And we couldn't do it without you. You allow me to have something to get out of bed in the morning. I think about you guys and the people in the program. You know, you're the first thing I think about when I wake up, because it's so inspirational. You guys are so motivating and inspirational that you're coming in and you're doing this work and you're willing to do the work. And so I'm so grateful to you, Jill, and everybody in the program for being willing to take this on and better yourselves, knowing that that's going to snowball into bettering the world, bettering the people around you, the planet, animals, of course. And
Yeah.
so that's what you're doing. And I'd love to hear, as we start to wrap up here, I want to have you on again if you're up for that.
Sure.
What would be, and I think we kind of chatted about this previously, is there another big breakthrough that you can think of off the bat that you've had that maybe would be a good, or one or two that might be a good one to talk about on our next one, and we can see, you know, how much people would resonate with it?
Well, I think not feeling good enough. But that not feeling good enough is changing for me. But you tackle it in your program from so many different angles. It isn't just health and nutrition and fitness. It goes so much deeper than that. Because anybody can go work out at the gym and they can eat a healthy meal, and that was me, and still not feel good enough. But your program tackles it from so many different angles. There isn't any stone unturned if you're willing to do the work. And I'm finally getting there. My self-talk is more positive. My believing in myself is coming to fruition. I just notice it even in my dialogue with others. I'm not putting myself down or cowing down, or the shoulders are back, and it's just different. And it really, when you say this program allows people to live their best life, it does. I'm on my way, and I'm so thankful.
You so are on your way, Jill. And I know you've gotten to the modules where you start to really look ahead and look into purpose and what you want for your life moving forwards. And we won't give anything away, but it's just an exciting place in the program to be. And how we design the program is so strategic, and that you can't get to that place until you've done all the work you've done over the last 4 months. Now you're ready to start, looking ahead and looking at the future. But until then, and that's why we do things so structured and so strategically, so that you can handle, because there's a lot that comes along with looking into your purpose, and there's a lot of that like worthiness issues that can come up. And if you haven't dealt with those and really feel like you're confident in the tools that you need to deal with those, then that can be a really scary thing to start to think about. So It's very exciting. I'm very excited for you and for the rest of this journey you're having in the program and beyond. And so I just want to wrap this up by letting everybody know that I am temporarily continuing to do the breakthrough calls myself throughout the summer. And we have, very limited space available in the program. I handpick every single person that we bring in so that we can have such an incredible, what a remarkable group of women we have in this program. And the integrity that comes along with keeping that group so intact and so supportive and so loving is the most important thing to me. So that's why I do these calls, and that's why we take quite a bit of time on the calls to really dig deep into what it is that where you're at, what you need, where you want to get to. And only if I feel like it's a good fit and that we can really help you and that you're ready to tackle these things, only then will I even invite you in and talk about the program. So I just want everybody to know that this is not a call about trying to get you in the program. There's a very good chance I won't even be offering you a spot, and nothing, against you guys, but that's the most important thing, is that I feel 1000% confident that you're ready to come in, that it's a good fit, and that this will give you so much more than you could ever imagine. Like Jill said, you don't know what you don't know, and you won't know until you start this work, until you get into the heart of it and start to feel the transformation that occurs. So I encourage everybody, if this is something that resonates with you, if what Jill and I have talked about today resonate with you, all the training that I offer for free for you guys, if that resonates with you, now's the time. Don't wait. Don't wait. A day turns into a week, turns into a month, turns into a year. And next thing you know, it's 10 years later. Am I right, Jill? Time goes by so fast.
Oh, if I could have done this 10 years ago, it would have been so great. But you know what? We don't look at the past. We look forward.
That's
so
correct.
It's just incredible, and it can just benefit so many people. And it's fun. It's a lot of work, but it's fun because as you learn and grow and you overcome things and you start having wins, that's a celebration. So there's a lot of celebrations in this group. In this program.
A lot of celebrations. We start every conversation with a celebration because every week there is a shift that is made that needs to be acknowledged and celebrated. So we always start with that. Of course, we address the challenges and answer all the questions, but we always start with a celebration. We've got Christian on too. Hi, Christian. I'm at Christian's house.
Hi, Christian.
Yes. So thank you again, Jill. We are just out of time. This has been so phenomenal, so valuable. I think everybody here can agree, and everybody will take something very valuable away from this conversation. So thank you again, and I can't wait to have you back on.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Same to you. Thank you, everybody. And I will put the links to book your call in the description. All right. Bye, guys. Have a beautiful rest of your day.